When's the last time that you were confronted or forced to live with less? Over the past 2.5 weeks, I had been traveling with my family and we only had a carry-on. And so today I just wanted to share with you 4 big takeaways of living with less than 50 things for almost 3 weeks. The first takeaway that I learned from this experience was that variety is important, but what's more important is finding variety in the right areas of your home. We didn't want to carry too much. We do not like to check bags because we've had some bad experiences with that. And so each of us had one carry on, and then we had one personal item. By the end of the 2.5 weeks, my husband and I just looked at each other and we're like, we were so done with wearing the same clothes over and over again. Yes, we could live with that few of clothes probably the rest of our lives. If you ever watch extreme minimalists on YouTube, a lot of them only have that many clothes. And so the variety of clothing isn't important to them. But to us, we did miss some of the things that we had in our closets at home. We did miss having a little variety in what we could choose from. And so that was definitely an eye opener. But did I need a ton of variety in hair products? No, I didn't even bring my hair straightener. And I ended up using whatever shampoo and soap the people ended up leaving for us. And I only had one pair of shoes, which surprisingly was fine, but the clothing was different. And so, what I challenge you to do in your own home is to look at where you have variety and question it. Do you need that many pairs of shoes? Are you using them and enjoying them on a daily or weekly basis? But if not, maybe that is a variety that you just assume you need to have, or society tells you you should have that, but really you're not enjoying it. Being confronted with having less than 50 things is something that I love to challenge myself with, because often what I find at the end of it is that I have so much more than I really need. So I would love for you to write down in the comments down below where variety is important to you in your life and where you could start decluttering some of that variety to make your life a little bit easier. The next thing that I learned from living with less than 50 things was that you want to make sure that you have the right quality of items. And really, it reminds me of the new coat that I have, because I had this brown coat, which I really liked for several years. I knew I needed a new one because a lot of the stuffing had come out of this coat. The warmth was just not where I needed it to be. And so I started a hunt looking for a new coat. First, got this one coat online, and I was really excited because it had a battery pack in it. So I trialed it out for a few days. And what I found is that the battery pack was too heavy. A big reason why I felt for so many years that I needed so many jackets was because each jacket I thought had a different one singular use. It's just not necessary. If you can choose the right items and you can trial and error, then you only need one. Being a minimalist and trying to live a simpler life and knowing that I don't need a huge variety of jackets in order to feel content, to keep looking and not compromise on what you're buying. So the last one I think is probably the biggest takeaway from this particular experience. So you're gonna have to hang on for that. But if you want to join a minimalist community, then please subscribe and join us here on Minimalist. And also, if you are decluttering here with us, then throw a heart emoji down below. But the next thing that I learned really came from the idea that I got from a book I've been listening to, which is called Don't Believe Everything You Think. And while I'm still listening to it right now, the author was writing about how our natural state as humans is to be in a state of joy or peace. And he said that we know that because when we are small children, or you are looking, like I'm looking at my daughter, her natural state she comes back to is a state of happiness, joy, peace, and contentment. She's not normally walking around very anxious or angry. He said that only changes because we as adults obviously have all of these challenges that come up. We live in a state where we are constantly anxious, but he also goes on to say that that is a state of being that we don't have to be in. We cause our own pain when we are living in a state of constant heightened anxiety. And that's actually something that we can challenge in ourselves. And while living with such few items for an extended period of time, I can take away often we bring in the anxiety into our lives, maybe even unknowingly, whether it is filling up our schedules with a million tasks and we don't learn how to say no. Very much, I think the story of a lot of us, story of me, is that when I had my daughter and I had bought all of these things because I was going to be the best mom ever, I became a mom I didn't want to be. I became very anxious, overwhelmed. I didn't want to invite people over to my house. During this experience of having less, it did really awaken the idea that yes, we are as humans supposed to be at a normal state of content and calm and even joy. But because of the things that we have around us and because of the things that we feel needs to happen in order for us to be successful, we cause ourselves a lot more pain than we need to. Let me know how you feel about that, but please read the book. The last thing that I learned was a very difficult, challenging thing to learn, but you know, things happen for a reason, right? So this was the middle end of the trip. We went to this beautiful place called Saint Michel in France. And if you ever have the opportunity to go, the first day was fantastic. We got to walk around and had a beautiful meal together. That morning, I woke up really early feeling awful. And as you can imagine, what happens next, I got very, very ill. The kind of sick I haven't been in a very long time. But anyway, so even my husband and daughter, I had told them to go get breakfast, and I obviously couldn't go. And that maybe 5 to 10 minutes that they were gone, I was terrified that something was going to happen to me and they weren't going to be there. Through this experience of being very ill, luckily only lasted 24 hours, so it didn't ruin my trip. It reminded me so much of the importance of our health and that there is no worldly possession at that time, those 24 hours, that would have made me any happier than just not being ill. There is no physical possession that could have fixed anything. It didn't matter that I was in this gorgeous, beautiful location, and it wouldn't have mattered if someone had given me a Lamborghini because I was that ill, that nothing was going to bring me joy except for not being sick. And so really the last and biggest takeaway that I got from this trip, while it was unfortunate that it had to happen while I was not at my own home, I will say that it was a beautiful thing to be reminded of, that we as people often put too much value on our things. And it's only when you're really confronted with being very ill or someone you love being sick or losing people that we realize that you don't get to take it with you. You don't get to take any of these things with you. And if you spend a lot of your time gathering things, by the end of your life, did it really matter? If it made your life easier, then great. And if it brought you together with other human beings and made your life more full, then fantastic. But if it became something that was just giving you anxiety, if it took away your freedom because you spent all your money on things instead of your own time, then was it really worth it at the end of it? And I know that's a really deep thing to leave on, but it was the most beautiful takeaway from this trip. Spending that time that I got to with one of my best friends that I've had since high school. I can't tell you enough how important and how special it was to spend that time with her right after I had been so ill. It amplified the feeling that, wow, people are what are important. People are what we love, and things are just useful, as the minimalists say. All right, friends, if you like learning about minimalism, then please continue your journey by watching the videos right here, and I wish you guys all the very best.